Who knows what angle they had? I mean, who knows? But it is what it is. Got to move on. Other plays, but I mean, crazy.
Overall, is that the story, TJ, that just the inability to score when in the red zone?
Yeah, I mean, we're 1-6 in the red zone. It is what it is. Third down has been our kryptonite, and then today was in the red zone. You can't go 1-6 and win a ball game with 2 turnovers. So we had an op at the end, obviously. Just tough one.
TJ, we just got in here. I know that you're talking about your touchdown that was overturned, but even the look on your face when you were watching the replay, just how incredulous it was even watching it secondhand. What are your feelings on that?
I mean, there's nothing to overturn it. I was out there. I felt it. I mean, hands under the ball, snag it, and I don't understand. I don't obviously understand the catch rule at this point. Jay had one like the exact same thing last year in the corner of the end zone. So they got to figure it out. It's New York can't call in and say that it's not a catch when every other ref out there says it is. I mean, that's all it is to it. That's all there is to it. It would give us an op at the end, but I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, this whole thing. You can't have somebody call in that's not at the game. And with apparently a different view than everybody else has here. I mean, it is what it is.
Thank you.
They made the big play. We got to get the quarterback on the ground. I'm only going to speak from a D-line perspective. We got to get the quarterback.
Did you feel like you should have had him a number of times?
We just do what we do with opportunities. Got to do it whenever we get a chance to make the play. Got to make it.
Were you surprised they threw the ball that much? Do you think they'd run it more?
No, we stopped to run a couple plays. Knew that they had to get in obvious pass situations, and they just took their shots when they needed, when they seen something they liked.
But for most of the game, you really kept Saquon Barkley in check. You guys were doing what you wanted to do that way. Sure. What was it about your game plan going up against them that was successful?
Yeah, we knew that if they watch the tape the past couple weeks or shit all year, honestly, so far, they're going to try to get the run game going and knew that that's kind of like what they want to get back to kind of help their passing game open up a little more. They found some stuff. He kind of made a couple plays a little bit, and then obviously the big plays just hurt us. Just was terrible timing. So, yeah, man, I mean, they made the play. I can't really say too much for real.
Short week, and you get, last year this is how many games you lost total during the year. You won all the close ones.
Yep.
Is there a difference, and how do you bounce back quickly?
Hey, man, just got to flush it. We play right next on Thursday. Trying to go 1-0.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
So honestly didn't think that was going to work, but actually I feel like it worked. So, yeah, just trying to jump over and aim for the ball and try to get Jalen, knock him back so he don't get a yard. So, yeah, it's a tough play to stop. I don't think you can really stop that, so we did our best to.
What about, I guess, that creative defensive play calling maybe had you being like, is this going to work or not?
No, yeah, but after we we couldn't run it in practice, but when you think about it, it's like, okay, this is actually we might stop it. So I feel like we stopped it on that first one. They gave it to him, but so yeah.
So you didn't practice it at all? You just talked about it?
You practice it, but you can't get a full rep. That's what I mean when I say practice. You couldn't get a full rep. I can't just jump over everybody in practice. So.
How did Tyler end up there in his role on the bottom of the pyramid, per se?
Matt is a different breed. He got a different mindset. So, he wanted to do it, and he was like all for it. So I get down there and do it. So I honestly didn't think it was going to be that, but he did a good job doing it.
How frustrating is it that for the most part you guys shut down Saquon Barkley, but then, Hurts is the guy that just can kind of break out those big plays and bite you?
Yeah, I mean, shoot. He's a good quarterback. He hurts you with the deep ball, and if you don't contain him, he hurts you with his legs. So it was tough. We was worried about that and worried about keeping him in the pocket. He still felt like he got out a little bit and was able to get a good throw off.
Jalen, after the first drive, what you guys do on Barkley, pretty much shut it down in the first drive.
I feel like our mindset was just to come in and not let him get started. So that's what we talked about over the week. Just don't let him get started. And I feel like we did a good job doing that.
Thank you.
So the game comes down to, red zone scoring. Defensively, we got to stop them. We can't let them in, and we got to be able to get off the field on third down.
We haven't seen the pass defense give it up like that all year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to point the finger at the DBs, but as a defensive line, we have to be better to help them out. So, it's a group effort, and for me, I'm just looking at what I can do to help in the run and the pass, and improve and get ready for Thursday.
Okay, so specifically, what could you have done more then?
I think for me, the biggest thing is just consistency. I think that's always going to be my biggest thing. I think there's really good plays, and there's plays I wish I could have back. So just be more consistent on and off the field, and as a leader.
Jonathan, in terms of just getting heat on Hurts, do you think there was enough you just guys didn't quite finish plays, or do you need to get more?
I mean, obviously as a defensive line, we're always going to say we need to get more. I thought we got to the backfield, we got in the backfield, we just didn't finish on him. That 3rd and 15 he converted on our sideline was huge. We got to get him down. A couple other plays, we let him get out the pocket and make big plays down the field, and he's shown that he's going to do that time and time in his career. So for us as a defensive line, we just got to get him down once we get back there.
Is that one of the most creative fronts and stunts that you guys have tried to stop a tush push on ever before? Is this kind of crazy?
I think, me personally, I think we got it. I think to stop the tush push, the best thing you can do is not even let them get in that situation. You know what I mean? On 3rd and short, they're going to try to run the ball, or they might throw the ball if they're already in 3rd and short, knowing that they're going to go for it on 4th down. So going into this game, biggest key takeaway for us was making sure we didn't even allow them to get into those situations.
Did they do anything that surprised you guys, or did they just do it well?
I mean, I think the thing about Philadelphia is, I don't want to say they're simple. Obviously, they're a really great team, but they run their plays, and they have a lot of confidence in their guys. And, they just made the plays they needed to, and when the game mattered, and we didn't.
How do you guys kind of flush this one on a short week?
I think we look at the film tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to make our adjustments and get ready for Los Angeles and L.A. this Thursday.
Thanks for the week. Trying to stay on my drill work and hit the ball well, and trying to do my job.
I'm not sure how many in a row it is here at U.S. Bank, but it's quite a few. How comfortable are you feeling here at the home stadium?
Yeah, I like it a lot. Obviously, it's indoors, so I know the doors are open today, so maybe a little bit of wind in there probably didn't affect anything at all. But yeah, just been able to hit in here a lot, especially in the off season. During OTAs and training camp, we come over here a couple times, so I'm just trying to get comfortable as much as we can in our home stadium.
Well, it's almost so crazy just how people expect you to hit like a 59-yarder if they push it to 60. Yeah, he's got it. That's kind of like expected now, especially around the league too. It's kind of crazy, that mindset, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's expected. It's not easy, but yeah, just try to go out there and when my number's called, try to go out there and make every kick that I attempt.
How much do you take into account the situation? Obviously, that's something, but every 3 points helps. But like 3 times today, I think you came in when you could have scored a touchdown. Do you think okay, let's just get these points? What's your mindset, or do you have a different one when you come in a situation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always hoping that we score a touchdown on every drive, just because all that matters is winning, and obviously scoring touchdowns rather than field goals gives you a better chance to win. So. I'm always hoping that we score a touchdown, and then, if they call my number on the field goal, I've got to go out there and execute.
You guys just 1 for 6.
Yeah, just hurting ourselves and just causing us to go backwards instead of forward. So, again, we just got to execute our plays to the fullest and, just take one play at a time. And when the opportunity comes, make those plays. Those, one of those red zone drives is, that's me, dropping a touchdown and not really pulling the ball all the way in. And I'm always critical on myself and always, especially my opportunities are very, very slim. So those opportunities, I got to make the most of them.
So you think that was a drop? That wasn't Dean getting his hand in there?
Nah, all respect to him, but that's a catch any day of the week. I just gotta, be more focused into pulling the ball into me and towards. Instead of, just laying the ball out there and letting him just knock the ball out of my hand. So I would say that's more on me than, on him.
Did you get a look at TJ's touchdown? That wasn't a touchdown?
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit. It's tough. It's definitely tough. The ground don't move, and of course, him diving off his feet and landing. It's always going to be a tough catch to bring that into. It's just different ways that, we try to catch the ball and turn on our back, but, catches like that are very, very hard to make. But I felt like TJ had a good bit of possession with that ball.
But that's just one of the plays that we should have made. We should have made plenty of other plays out there. So we just got to look at the film, see the execution that we missed out on and need to fix out on. But good thing we got a early transition and switch back to play Thursday.
Justin, offensively, do you feel like you guys are still just trying to find it a little bit for the course of the full game?
Yeah, no. Honestly, it's just executing those plays, those 1 or 2 plays every drive. That kind of hurts us and put us in bad positions. But I don't feel like we're still trying to find out or still trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, we understand what's going on. We have the players out there that make the plays and do what we need to do to go down and score. We just need to finish those drives. Especially games like this when we're competing against a team that just won a Super Bowl. So plays like that and making the most of those opportunities is the things that count. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Turnover, but it felt really good today.
Do you expect any restrictions for this short week next game? Or
No restrictions. We'll see how our body reacts and just move from there.
Christian, what was the communication like with Carson second half when it seemed like there was a lot pre-snap and you guys were pretty effective?
It was just everybody just trying to be on the same page. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. No matter if we're mistargeted or whatever, as long as we're all on the same page, good things happen. So we're just trying to make sure that we were all just dialed in on just the protections and just the run game and everything like that, just to get the play started.
You got to like the aggressive calling too, right? When you guys are down there in the red zone right at the line and they decide to do the direct snap and run it in there.
No doubt.
That could get you excited.
No doubt. Yeah, we practiced that play all week and just getting the opportunity just to run that and just allowing Jordan to score in the red zone. It's fun running the ball down there. So yeah, it was cool to see him play. Appreciate you.
Receivers at over 300 yards receiving. When you look at that, do you see a why or do you see a how or what do you see in that?
I put it on me. I put the whole team on my back. I just got to make those plays, and I came here for a reason, and those type of plays I know I can make. So I put it on me.
Was there something on that last one with AJ, like the way you ran the route?
Nah, wasn't nothing.
Is that kind of just like how football goes? I mean, the last time you were here is amazing performance and
Yeah.
kind of different this time.
It's one of those games where you gotta. It was good to everybody else on the outside, but I had to put it to bed, and it was a long season, so those type of games you can't live on.
How frustrating is it? I mean, just we haven't seen the past defense in particular get beat like this.
Hey, it all depends on how we respond on Thursday night. So I feel like this is one of those games you got to put to bed and you can't dwell on it and turn the page.
I was just going to say easy to flush it quickly.
Oh, easy. Yeah, by the time I walk out of the locker room, it'd be dead.
They had a couple third downs in the fourth quarter, just not being able to kind of get them off the field at that point. Is that really difficult to not get the ball back to your offense there?
Yeah, we just gotta lock in and do it. We can do Minnesota Vikings defense and tap back into that mentality going throughout the week. So, like I said, just turn the page and get ready for Thursday.
You get another veteran quarterback on Thursday. Do you assume they do what Philadelphia did to you? I mean, is that the way you approach things now? They saw something, or how does that work?
I think it's more so what we do. I think we got to focus on the things we have to do to be better as a defense, rather than trying to figure out what they're gonna do to come in the game and see if the team gonna play like another team. But it's gonna come down to us just focusing on our keys.
How do you best explain the 79-yard touchdown?
Bad leverage for one. I shouldn't even turn then. Despite that, I got to make those type of tackles and should never let them get behind me. I can go on and on about how that play happened, but I got to respond.
As they on the 3rd and 9 there, are you just kind of playing for a ball sticks in case they try to get a quicker throw? Is that what you got you on?
Yeah, it's one of those teams where it could be a short route, so they can try to touch push. It's one of those type of plays, but I got to have better eyes and make those plays. So.
I say, what makes Jalen Hurts so dangerous when it comes to like all of a sudden he can break out one of these unbelievable plays and hit a guy in stride that way?
Despite what everybody said in the media, like he wins the games. I think that's the only thing that matters as a quarterback in the league. One day he can throw for 300 like he did today, and one day he can throw for 20 yards next week. So he finds ways to win games, and those type of quarterbacks that you want. So.
He's not afraid to take shots either.
Nah, he can do it all. He can run, he can pass. So, yep.
Thanks. We just got to execute, when we get our chances. That's pretty much what the game plan was, and how the game went was us being able to execute when we got those ops, and we did. And that's how you get the result like that.
Yeah, you get them in 4th down, 4th and 4, and then that touchdown. Like, what was your vision and perspective?
Which one? First one?
I'm thinking of the A.J. Brown.
Oh, man, yeah, just got a plaster. I mean, we know this is just an elite quarterback when it comes to scrambling and making guys miss and be able to extend plays. And, we man coverage, and I'm on my guy. Plays going on, and I just got to stay on him. I mean, nothing really crazy, bad eyes, I would say, it's a coaching point I would give myself. But, yeah, I mean, just one of those plays where you get a quarterback who extend plays and, he make magic happen, and that was one of those.
I mean, how frustrating is that, though, Josh? I mean, he did have forever. I mean,
yeah,
AJ was eventually going to probably get behind you.
And that's the way you play these kind of guys is understanding that could happen. I mean, I can't. There's nobody to blame besides me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still my man, and the play extends. And as a DB, you just got to find a way to get the next down. So.
Josh, with the 3rd and longs, I mean, how much was that what you guys kind of hoped for going in?
Oh, yeah, every week. I think a big part of just coming into the season was us focusing on our 3rd and long stuff and getting teams in the 3rd and longer situations so we wouldn't have to live in that 4 to 6 area, especially with a team like this. Any chance they get, they're going to get to that touch push. So we a big part of it was trying to limit, is the 3rd and shorts, the 3rd and 6 minus. So, yeah, anytime we get them 3rd and 7 plus, that was a win for us.
Josh, speaking of the tush push, what was the strategy there with having Tyler down on the ground?
I mean, it's really just to stop that initial surge. That's where they get most of their yards from. I mean, there's only 1 yard they're trying to get, so it's really just trying to get them to stop that initial surge so that we can get to, fighting fire with fire and pushing back. And, I mean, I think they've worked pretty well. I mean, they got them enough to jump the second time because they felt like they didn't get enough on their first time. So, they were a bit antsy. So, yeah, definitely I thought we had a good plan for that. I mean, we didn't get into it too much as we thought. But, yeah, we had a good plan for that.
How frustrating was it to see the offense move down, get in the red zone so many times, but then have to settle for 3?
Yeah, we're not worried about that. I mean, I think anytime, they could just get a first down and, give us some time to breathe, we got to make the plays. And if they don't score, they don't win. We got to be able to stop them, and no matter what the offense does, we got to be able to go out there and do our job because at the end of the day, we play defense, and we can't worry about what the offense is doing because if they worry about what we're doing, we worry about what they're doing. Nobody's going to get their job done. So, I mean, I know KO's going to be on them, and they're going to be better next week. But for as a defense, we can only control what we can control, and that was stopping Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
You were playing a lot of linebacker in this one next to Cashman. Was it like being next to him again? And then what do you think about that role?
Yeah, it was nice having Cash back on the field, man. Having that communication core and that hub, being able to communicate on all 3 levels is big. And this was a game where we knew what kind of team they had. You knew they were going to try to come in and run the ball just because what we've been giving up on tape. And we needed people in the box, so it was one of those games where my role looked a little different than it did the first 5 weeks, but at the end of the day, it's still football, and we were executing our early down stuff really well. I would say our 3rd down stuff too, man. We just got to find a way to get Jalen Hurts on the ground and limit those extended plays. I think that just was a big part of the whole game.
How quickly do you flush this when you guys have a short?
Oh, we got no choice. We got no choice. Mine's already on the Chargers. We've been in this situation before where we play a game like this on Sunday, go to SoFi, and we lost, back to back in 12 o'clock games. So this year, obviously, formula has to be different. We got to find a way to turn that page and get our bodies right and do whatever we got to do to get back on track. Because we're 3-3 football team now, and any loss from here is going to take us under 500, and that's not where we want to be. We're in a good division, we're in a good conference, and every game counts.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.